I bought a watch. Probably not that surprising. It's not a watch that I planned on buying, and it's very out of the ordinary, especially for me. If you look at the collection that I have over the past few years, I've been moving in the direction of more and more odd watches, is the only way that I could put it. I like things that are very off the beaten path. The watch that we're looking at today is not a Rolex, but it definitely is one of those watches from a probably one of the most established brands in the watch industry. I bought a Patek Philippe. I have it to show you guys. Let's flip the camera and take a look at a beautiful watch, an annual calendar 5396G from Patek Philippe. So I wore this to a recent event that I held for Gotham Watch Club, and someone who I know pretty well, who runs another club here in New York. It's not really a club, it's more of a media outlet called Complecto. He's Jason Gong. If you guys know him, definitely follow him. He's been on my channel. Complecto, really important part of the New York watch scene. We were talking, and I showed him my new watch. This is it. This is the Patek Philippe 5396G. And he was like, that is really out of the ordinary for you. And it is kind of out of the ordinary. It's not exactly what I think most people would expect me to buy. The only reason why I bought this is because I felt like my collection is getting towards the point of, how could I put it? A lot of my watches are very, very out of the ordinary and off the beaten path. I wanted something that was still maybe not recognizable, way more traditional, something really clean, something dressy, and something really well made. I was looking at Laurent Ferrier. This just happened to fall into my lap. Here it is. I went to my friend Jay's restaurant, Jay Kumar, Lore Restaurant in Brooklyn. And I was there, and David Bernstein, a person who resells watches, came by, and he had this watch for a price that was incredible. And I want to give him a shout out, and I'm giving a lot of people a shout out in this video, but I want to give him a shout out in particular because the deal that he gave me on this watch was incredible. It was literally like $5,000 or $6,000 cheaper than any other 5396 on the market at the time. And still, when I look, nothing even comes close to the price that I paid for this. And yes, this is a very expensive watch. He did take some trade-ins against the watch as well, which was really nice of him. Some of them that you would not expect. One of the watches that I traded against this was a Vicentera, a watch that I've had for a very long time. I traded that watch in. I haven't been wearing it. I think it's pretty cool, but I don't think it's as cool as it used to be because Chinese brands have basically made very similar watches in way cooler formats than what Vicentera have done. For one reason or another, I'm just not feeling that watch anymore, so it was time to move it on. It was sort of a build-up to this, and like I said, this really wasn't on my radar. I was looking at Laurent Ferrier. This came across just in front of me by accident, and I bought it. David has a lot of really cool watches. I will put a link to David's website down in the description. He is somewhat negotiable also, and he has a very good variety of off the beaten path watches, which of course you guys know I love. And he has watches like this. I think are kind of, I wouldn't say this is underrated. I don't say it's overrated, but these sell for a very good price on the secondary market, and they are, I would say, an iconic look for Patek Philippe. This is an annual calendar, and it only needs to be updated one day every year. I think it's leap year. You have the day and the month up at the 12 o'clock position right below the Patek Philippe logo, and then you have a moon phase. That's right here, right at the 6 o'clock position. You have the date at the 6 o'clock position, and then you have a 24-hour basically a subdial at the 6 o'clock on top of that moon phase. That moon phase is accurate to 128 years or something. One of those moon phases that are extremely, extremely accurate. Not everything is controlled from the crown. It's actually controlled from pushers. Now, I have a perpetual calendar that everything is controlled from the crown. And a lot of people, when they see a annual calendar or perpetual calendar, that is controlled by pushers, they aren't happy about that. I'm actually very happy about it because I'd rather be able to just use the pushers than have to go through the crown to move everything, especially if you don't wear your watch on a very regular basis. And this will, I mean, I will wear this very, very often, but eventually it's going to go into the safety deposit box. And of course, it's going to sit there for a month or two, and then I'm going to have to go through, going through the crown. Instead, I could just do it with the pushers on here. This is in white gold. It has an opaline white dial, applied white gold indices, white gold hands. It does not hack. You guys are familiar with Patek Philippe. This does not hack. It's really strange that watches like this don't hack, but I own another Vacheron that does not hack, and for whatever reason, high-end watches, they choose not to make their movements hacking. I think newer versions are hacking, but this one is not. This is still in their catalog, so if you want to buy this right now, they make it in a rose gold with a rose gold dial. It is a gorgeous watch. It really is. It's a super symmetrical watch, and I always talk about symmetry and dial symmetry on this channel because I don't like dates, and this has a date, but it's extremely, extremely symmetrical. You could draw a line down the middle of this and fold it over, and it will be perfectly symmetrical. Also, immediately when I got it, came on a bolstered alligator strap, which you guys know I'm not a big fan of that. And I know a lot of people are going to make fun of this strap, but I have to tell you, this is an amazing custom strap from my friends over at Strapistry. Again, I will add a link to Strapistry down in the description below. They made this strap for me. It's a rally strap that I put on a dressy Patek Philippe. Yes, I know that is sort of sacrilege, but that's what I like. And I think it looks great. And it's my watch. I'm going to wear it. You know, that's the reason why I do things like this. And then, of course, it came with the Patek Philippe deployant clasp, which I have to say isn't the most comfortable in the world. But there you go. And it also has yellow lining on it. So this is a cav leather lining that is in yellow, and you get to see the movement from the back. The movement is gorgeous on here. It's really beautifully finished, as you would expect from a Patek Philippe. I think it's a 22 karat yellow gold rotor, and the rotor on Patek Philippe are absolutely gorgeous. Of course, I'll do plenty of close-ups so you can see the movement and what it looks like. Size on this watch, this is a 38.8 millimeter watch. It wears like a 38 millimeter watch. I would say you have a 46.5 millimeter lug to lug, and then it is around 11 millimeters thick. You have a slightly domed sapphire crystal. It is slightly raised off of the case. It is in all white gold. Price on these watches new are around $60,000, depending on the version that you're buying. They also make ones with, instead of indices that are applied white gold, they are diamonds. I wouldn't get that one, although it doesn't look bad at all. I have to say it looks pretty cool, and that has a blue dial. The gold version, the rose gold version, which gets a rose gold case, rose gold dial, that one is beautiful, and that is the current model. I think that one is around $60,000 or $70,000. I want to say somewhere in that range. These sell for less than half that price on the secondary market, depending on how you get it. Now, this one did not have papers, and I paid under $30,000, which, yes, that is a lot of money. But I paid well under $30,000. It was around 26, I want to say. After trade-ins and all of that, I ended up paying just a little bit over what I had traded in, and I was able to, get this watch. But with the trade-ins and everything like that, it came out to $26,500 or something like that, somewhere in that range. If you look this up, that is the best price on the market that you could possibly get for this watch. And that's why I recommend David, because I don't know of another dealer, and he's doing this for a lot of other watches. And again, Jay was there that night. Jay Kumar, famous chef, really good friend of mine. He bought a Vacheron that night, and the price that he paid for this Vacheron, it was a historic tank. What a beautiful watch, and that was in gold as well. And I think he paid $11,500 or $12,000 for this watch. Insane. It was, I think, somewhere around $13,000 on his website. Even at that price, when I saw it at $13,000, I was like, that's an incredible bargain. Even at that price. And then he got it, negotiated and got it for an even better price. So, like I said, check out his website. Again, this is just me giving advice here. He is not a sponsor. I'm not in the market to buy a watch right now. So I like this guy to stay in business so that when I'm ready to buy another watch, he's there, because his prices are amazing. That's it. Let me show it to you on my wrist really quickly, and then we'll wrap up the video. On my wrist today, I have, I know you guys think I'm crazy, but this is another new watch alert. This is a Maran Musi Unix with their 41 millimeter case and a micro rotor movement. What a cool watch. Full video for this and a few other Maran Musi coming very soon. And there it is on my 7.5 inch wrist. You have to say that this strap looks cool. It is a rally strap. It's yellow underneath, gray Alcantara. And again, it's made by Strapistry. Strapistry is owned by a friend of mine, and he makes very high quality straps for a very good price as well. Again, I will add a link to Strapistry down in the description. Definitely check them out. And they're actually pretty affordable, especially when you compare to Jean Rousseau or all these other manufacturers of straps that charge exorbitant amounts of money for their straps, and he makes really high quality straps for a very good price. Definitely check out his website as well. I'll put a link down in the description. Again, he's not sponsoring me in any way. I had to pay for this strap. This is a 38.8 millimeter watch, somewhere in that range. I would say it wears like a 38 millimeter, maybe slightly bigger than that. I wouldn't say it wears very big at all. It wears perfectly on my 7.5 inch wrist, 11 millimeters thick or just about, and then a 46.5 millimeter lug to lug. Absolutely gorgeous watch, and I think that the strap sort of makes it a little bit sporty. As you guys know, I have a hard time buying normal watches, so this was my attempt at buying a normal watch. I'm super excited about it. I had to put a strap on it that was a little bit extravagant, and that's the reason why I did it. So it's normal, but now it has like an abnormal strap on it. It's not an abnormal strap, it's just a strap that doesn't really go with the watch, in my opinion. But tell me what you guys think about the combination down in the description. Everybody tells me they love it, but that's to my face. Maybe they're, you know what I mean? Maybe that's the reason why they're saying it to my face is because they want to be nice about it. You guys don't have to say it to my face, so you could be very honest down in the description. Don't be too honest. Please don't hurt my feelings, but go right ahead. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Thanks for logging on, and I will catch you guys in the next video.